This is where it gets a bit nasty. That's what she said. Do strongman, they said. It'll be fun, they said. This should be a staple. It's probably the most underutilised exercise in strongman. One takeaway for me, it's a big one, is I still really want it. Like, I still really want to win and to do well. Yeah, it's life an old dog yet. So, welcome back everybody. Episode 2 of my prep in the lead up to Scotland's Strongest Man. Obviously chasing giants, because that's what the goal is, to win Scotland's Strongest Man, to go back to Giants Life. I've completed, well, not completed, I went to UK Strongest Man, competed okay, reflected upon it, and now my whole focus is to get prepared as best I can for Scotland's Strongest Man, which is in 5 weeks. Tonight's session is a posterior chain session. One of the events in Scotland is a deadlift ladder, so we're going to do a deadlift session, and I need to see how it feels because I'll be pulling deadlifting in the suit tonight. I've got a brand new Cerberus deadlift suit. It's a bit different to how I've been deadlifting for Ultimates because it's raw. So we've got a very challenging deadlift ladder, and I need to get used to how the deadlift suit feels. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you'll see it when we deadlift, because it is horrendous. Imagine yourself getting locked in a potato sack and then getting asked to deadlift your best ever deadlift. It's an experience. So yeah, tonight we'll do some, we'll do our deadlifts. We'll target some specific accessories for deadlifts, so like RDLs, any row movement, some biceps, and probably some glute ham raises. So that's the plan. We're going to work up to in the region of 300 kilos, I think, and we'll try some reset reps. Again, you'll see that as they come and get an understanding of it. And yeah, hopefully that's round about where we are. It'll be a good start. I'm a wee bit behind, obviously, other people who have been preparing for it for longer, but I'm peaked, I'm feeling strong once I get over the general fatigue. So yeah, hopefully this kickstarts a good final prep. Focus my training on pressing, deadlifts, and picking up stones basically, with a wee bit moving in between. Truck pull. I think I've not spoken to my coach yet, but in my head I'm thinking, probably not even train truck pull that hard. I'll just focus on like pulling a rope with a sled to focus on my hands, but because it's just not comparable. Like, well, normally I would pull my truck with some boys in it with a handbrake on, but it's just not the same. So maybe do it once or twice, but I'm not going to train the hell out of it like normal.
Can I say, know anyone with an 18-ton truck?
yeah. If anybody with an 18-ton truck wants to bring it to, or even heavier, 25, 30 ton, whatever you want, if you want to bring it to Dodge one Sunday, that'd be really helpful. And I was like, whee! They're called hip aeroplanes. They're just really good for opening up your hips. Always just doing this part of warm up when I'm doing any lower body exercise. You can feel it sort of mobilising your adductors as well. And then, yeah, just taking your hips to a full range of movement. It feels really nice, but also quite hard to balance. Just doing some seated jumps for height. I like these because my feet are in a similar position that I would deadlift in. And I'm trying to utilise or use as much energy as possible, put as much force through my feet as possible to jump as high as I can. It's just a good way to warm up my body for deadlifting.
In terms of deadlift sessions, how many would you do on like a standard pump prep versus like an off season? Would you increase the frequency throughout the week, or?
It just depends. So for example, in my last comp prep there, we were deadlifting twice a week, but it was because the deadlift was really heavy and it was off blocks from a strange height. I have tried all different types of frequencies. I've tried once a week, twice a week, 4 times a week for deadlifts. 4 times a week definitely didn't work. If you can recover from it, twice a week is really good. If you struggle to recover from it with a heavy event session at the weekend, and focus on once. But you maybe want to try and get a squat session there. It just depends on the situation. For me, with this prep, I would like to deadlift twice a week, because I feel when you're deadlifting in the suit, it's difficult to get enough volume done because it's so horrible to be in the suit. So you work up to one max effort session in the suit, and the other day is your dynamic effort, which is 8 sets of 2 or whatever like that, 65%. So I don't actually know what I'm doing this prep yet, but tonight is going to be my max effort. Something I'm going to try tonight as well is just getting in the suit a little bit earlier, and that way I can try and get used to it and try and bed it in. Normally I would wait until like my second last warm up and put the suit in, so I'd probably pull raw up to 260 or something like that, raw and beltless, and then I put the suit on for like 300, whatever, 340, whatever we're doing. But I'm going to try and put it on a wee bit earlier tonight, try and get used to it, and we'll see how that goes. Four sets good. This is when it does benefit to have training partners. Help load the bar. Oh, I'm going to take the t-shirt off soon. What nobody wants to see. So tonight I'm going to be trying something a little bit different for me. Normally when I'm deadlifting, I really like the figure 8 straps. For one reason, you can pretty much forget about even having to hold the bar. You can just let it hang and keep your fingers just underneath the bar. So it gives you an extra couple of inches of leverage to utilise. And with the suit, the figure 9s or figure 6 straps just take me a little bit too long to get on. This year in Scotland's Strongest Man, it's a deadlift ladder, which is 4 bars, 315, 325, 350 and 370 kilograms. So I know I'm strong enough to finish it, but how quickly can you do it? So these Cerberus straps wrap around your wrists, velcro on, really strong and sturdy, and the leather grip bit, I suppose, you can hook on the bar and lock it in with your fingers like so. So we're going to try and use that tonight, get used to them. I feel like personally I could probably mix grip the full ladder, but there's baby powder, there's baby oil, blood, all sorts of stuff that could affect your grip. And I think these will just give me a lot more confidence. Tonight we're going to work up to one top set, but I'm going to call it like a repeat set. So I'm going to pull the top weight. I'm aiming for 300, but we'll see how it goes. Lock out, you'll be able to drop the bar so you can run to the next one. So that's what we're going to train tonight, dropping the bar, imagine run up to the next bar, resetting, working the feet in, pulling again. So we're going to do 3 to 5 reps with a top weight to be confirmed and practice that skill set. We've got the Cerberus version 3 deadlift suit, brand new. I've tried it on, but basically brand new. But take a wee bit getting used to it. It takes me about 10 minutes to get in it and feel comfortable. I know when I get to the bar. But when it adds 60 kilo to your deadlift, you'll do whatever it takes. So I quite like to wear a pair of neoprene shorts under my suit, just for a wee bit of protection, because it hurts bad. And the leggings, just to help the bar slide up the legs a little bit instead of using baby oil or baby powder.
Less of a cheese wire.
Huh?
Less of a cheese wire.
Yeah, less of a cheese wire. No, it's not right up yet. You don't feel that? That's what she said. Sorry, this is a kids friendly channel. Oh man. Do strongman, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Is that mobility work though?
I've been working on my mobility, I can touch my knees now. That's like, we're having a laugh about it, but seriously, like, if you have good hamstring and hip mobility, it definitely helps in this case. Right, we'll see if we can get down to the bar. My deadlift is technically as strong as it's ever been, raw. So if we can just get comfy in the suit and get used to these straps, we should be in a good position for this deadlift ladder. Should be. It's a start. Actually went not too bad. Still far too slow. But if I can do that, everyone, and pull 370. $260. You're using deadlift bar as well, because that's what you use in competition. And really just to try and keep it as close to what we'll get in competition as possible. Obviously I'm not using calibrated plates. I prefer steel ones anyway, or cast iron ones. I think they look cooler, sound cooler, but anyway. The main thing is the bar, because it's whippy. Getting used to that whip off the floor and catching it at the top can be quite key compared to lifting like stiffer bars. I prefer normal deadlift bar the best. I think the Kratos is a bit too whippy and a bit too long and annoying and just gets in the way of everybody. Whereas the deadlift bar fits a normal platform. It's a little bit thinner, so it's nicer to hold. It's got a nice whip on it, it just feels nice and smooth. Whereas a stiff bar, you've got to work really hard off the floor and there's no giving it whatsoever. And last of all is the axle, which can go in the bin. Feels easy. This is where it gets a bit nasty. Maybe just try it unlocked for the first, well, for this tonight, and then increase the size of the belt for next week. Whoa! Ah! Come on! Starts now, man. 2 time. Ah! One more.
Royal flames will call the pounding chaos, bringing daylight to the night. Death is riding into town with armor. They come to take all your rights out of the king. Out of the world.
I'm really happy with that as a set. Like looking at my other competitors, they're pulling like 330 for a few reps, 5 reps. But they've been training for weeks, building up to it. So me coming in like that, having pulled off like blocks, to hit 300 for 5 singles basically is pretty good. Feeling strong? Feeling strong. I'll hit a heavier one now, but if you could have seen me we had a deadlift ladder and giant size Brits. If you could just see me try to prepare for that, it was horrendous. So yeah, quite happy with that, man. Almost teach myself a different technique. I'm very much thinking, where do my feet need to be? Okay, where are my hands? What's my fingers doing? What's my breathing doing? And try to make sure I tick every box. Obviously, as the weight gets heavier and I get more comfortable with the skill set, then you're thinking about, you need to put as much force through your feet as possible. You need to brace your core as hard as possible. And then use the external factors like, nobody here thinks you can do this. I'm going to prove them all wrong. That kind of mindset. Or what's my mates doing, like training through in Glasgow? They're pulling more than this. Like, I've seen their deadlift this week. They're pulling more than this for more reps. Like, you need to get this done now. Things like that. Also knowing that in the comp it's going to be heavier, and we need to nail this and make it look good. So next week I can use that confidence in the heavier session and the next session and the next session. It's about building momentum. Everything in strength is about building momentum. Talking about, like, that's 300 kilo, and I was essentially ragdolling it there. But literally just before I went, I actually had the thought of, I remember how much it meant to me to try and pull that for the very first time, and how long it took me to get there, and how special that moment was. I still remember it like yesterday. So there's an appreciation there of just how heavy that is, and I know that there's so many people in the world can't even do that weight. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just having to play around learning a skill. So there's definitely an appreciation there that you've got to understand just how heavy that is, because it can backfire on you as well if you disrespect it. So yeah, always keep it in the back of your mind. This will really test the straps as well. It's easy, man. Last weekend, in terms of my own headspace and where I'm at, you know, based on how I perform, I think one takeaway for me that's a big one is I still really, really want it. Like, I still really want to win and to do well. I think that was easy to see in my Conan's wheel efforts, my Viking press efforts, because I was literally going to absolute failure, and that's what I really wanted to show. Like, I've had conversations with my missus in the past who has said, like, you know, you never really try that. You always leave one rep in there, like, you always look like you could do more. So moving forward, like, I'm still willing to take that extra last step to push to failure. So I was really happy with that aspect. And also, like, I'm still hitting PBs. Like, the 400 for 4 deadlift was a big PB. The bag toss over that height was a PB. I mean, you could probably say the Conan's was a PB because I probably never walked that far, but you're kind of picking at the bones a little bit there. But there's still so many PBs in there for me, and yeah, it's life in old dog yet. Just watching my deadlift form back again. I tend to watch it in the gym if it feels a bit different to normal, or I'm just trying to pick it apart slightly. Obviously you can critique the form, but there's other telltale signs of how it's moving as well. Just look at the speed of the bar, or the facial expressions. Like, I know how I felt, but sometimes it can look way easier than how it feels. And you can have a wee chat with yourself and basically shift up a gear and get on with it. Or sometimes it looks a lot harder than it should for the way it is, and that's when you know to just pull back slightly and ensure you hit your set and your reps. A wee bit auto-regulation. So yeah, everything looked good tonight, so quite happy. This should be a staple. It's probably the most underutilised exercise in strongman. Hamstrings can be quite difficult to target. You know, outside of deadlifts and RDLs and straight leg deadlifts and hammock curls, there's not a great deal of things you can actually do to target them. Whereas this is like, it's another very difficult exercise that hits your hamstrings and your glutes. I find it really hard, I think. I was better than when I was lighter, and then I never trained them for years because I never had a GHR. I came back now and I find them extremely difficult. So although my hamstrings are good for deadlifting and for stones and things like that, they're not actually that strong. So now I use the bands. Over a period of time I'll increase my rep range, my sets, increase my tempo, my control, and then drop the bands out and then see how we get on for there and do the same again. Focus on a wee bit of upper back, lats and some biceps. So any row movement, I obviously normally do what I'm told, but today I'm just doing what the boys are doing, which is a wide grip, pronated grip row, cable row. Just try and get a pump on in the lats, posterior chains in at the back side of the body. If your lats are big and strong and juicy, it's going to help you pick up things off the floor. It's going to help you lock in a deadlift, stones, sandbags, and even lock to log into you if you're cleaning the log. So really important muscle group to train, a really big muscle group. And then biceps, don't train them that much, should train them more. They're not just for vanity though, they're helping a lot of strongman movements and likes of picking up sandbags and stones. You'll see when I do them, mine are quite weak because I don't train them enough, and I have a fair bit of tendonitis in my elbows that flares up from time to time. Maybe I probably need to train them more to balance out the strength of my triceps. I don't know. But yeah, we'll do some bicep work tonight. When I'm training accessories, I never care about the weight, really. I couldn't even tell you what I've bicep curled before, I do not care. Just focus on how it feels. If I feel like I'm getting a good training stimulus off 10 kilo, then that's what we're training with. Give that there some motivation. Whew. So that's the deadlift session finished. That was a massive success. Really happy actually. Happy to pull the 340. I feel like it moved well. I'll watch it back properly later, but that was above my expectations coming in. So we're in a really good place. Ideally over the coming weeks we'll prep to in the region of 400 kilo. That's my plan anyway, because it'll probably be my last chance to pull it this year before I go into a proper off season, and I've not been at that weight for a number of years, so that's where I'm hoping to be, and certainly pulling 340 tonight and hitting the 300 for the 5 singles. It sets us up perfectly to achieve that. Yeah, the body's feeling quite good. I was a little bit nervous based on the level of fatigue following the 3 comps in 7 days or whatever craziness it was. So yeah, I'm ready. I'll go back home, recover now, and get ready to prepare for events on Sunday. Yeah, feeling in a good place for this prep. So of course, thank you very much for watching. Please share it, please tell your pals about it, tell your granny about it. Like, share, subscribe. As the Stockmans would say, ring the bell. Follow Jake, hit All In by JW, and we are going to be doing a kind of different version for episode 3, I think, which will have some interaction for you guys. So keep an eye on my Instagram, more than likely on my Facebook, so we can get you guys involved, and we'll bring something different for episode 3. Cheers guys.